Could we talk about just the differences between, because I'm assuming a lot of our viewers are wondering, like, what is the difference between a traditional label and what Circleback is doing and what Anthem is doing and what Near Kingdom is doing? Can we like take a deeper dive into that? One of the things I was going to say was all of these people who are not getting paid enough, the difference between them and us is they're not getting paid enough and they're also not really taking any of the risk.
Yeah.
So, and if it's a 6-month revolving door, they're not really incentivized for you to do well. They're just going to do whatever their boss, whatever deal their lawyer, the label's lawyer drew up for them.
It's all fear. It all operates on fear.
Yeah. And so the first point I want to make is the difference between what the traditional sense and the newer sense is now, where you have direct access to the people that own the thing, is we are highly incentivized for you to do well, because if you don't do well, we just spent a whole lot of money and time on nothing. So we're a little bit more incentivized as the owners of these different companies for the artists to do well.
Totally. I mean, traditionally speaking, the way a record label traditionally was supposed to work is like you have these talented individuals and they needed the business infrastructure to give them their audience, right? And let them manufacture and distribute the product. They were responsible for distributing your product, which doesn't exist anymore. There is no product in music anymore. You are the product. And then they were responsible for getting you your audience. And I'll give you what I make. I will build the song and you can have it. And you give me the crowd to perform it in front of and the advance. But there's all these strings attached and all this kind of stuff. But the industry was orchestrated in a way that they needed that label infrastructure to really do things on a large scale, because they had access to radio and they had access to Best Buy and they had access to Walmart and Target and all this kind of stuff. Because you couldn't just go put your record on Best Buy's shelf like you can put your record on Spotify's shelf. So those labels were unfortunately necessary. Over time, as we had said, the algorithm in COVID made it so that you get the audience first. It changed artist to influencer. You get the audience first. And so the labels are smart. They're like, we're not going to sign people. We don't need to develop anybody anymore. Like, we need to sign things that have the audience. And so they would come in with the same deal from the 90s and be like, here you go. And a lot of those people were dumb enough to sign that deal. But the people that are smart, and now it's just like overwhelmingly more and more, because people are becoming more and more educated on this and understanding how the deal isn't a good deal. Now the artists are saying, well, why would I give you any of my royalty if, first of all, you're not getting my master? You can take that off the table. You can license it for a period of time that's reasonable, but you owning my master is almost like a hilarious thing when it comes up to me anymore. Like, there's no way anybody would ever pry a master out of my hands. It just wouldn't happen. You can license it for sure.
What's up, guys? Joey here. What you're watching right now is a quick sneak peek from one of our industry calls that is posted inside the Anthem Network. Every week, we're helping independent artists break through their creative blocks, nail the release strategy, and make smarter moves with their careers live in real time. If you would like to get access to our full artist roadmap, ask your own questions, and get real feedback on your artist journey, you can grab a 7-day free trial right now. Just hit the link in the description. All right, let's get back to this interview.
For what they're offering, right? For what they're offering and leverage?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. 100%.
And on that note too, most of these labels, guys, they might go sign 10 artists knowing that one of them is going to make it, and they're going to go all in on the one, and they're going to shelf the 9 because they're not worth it. And those artists with that dream and that passion, they just signed on to a 4, 5, 6 year, not even year project deal that might take them half their career to finish, and they just got shelved.
And they have no idea that they're the one that's getting shelved. And I don't think that these label people are like malicious, bad people, like, let's swindle 11 artists and get like one of them. Like, I don't think that's it. I think it kind of goes back to what Joey was saying, is like, this is fear-based. This is based on, we have to do the things that we think is going to sell and appease the shareholders and the bottom line and all that kind of stuff. And so, it's commoditizing it. But the problem is there's no product. You used to be able to sell a record and there'd be a return and you'd get the money, and that doesn't exist anymore. Music is being devalued. And my goal is to not sit here and say we should increase the value of music. Like, I think it's a stupid thing to fight. No, you have to get more savvy. You have to get more savvy and more creative. Like trying to convince people to buy records again is not the answer. Like, yes, like vinyl is awesome. And like, I'm glad that there are physical mediums that are popping up. And I think that that's a great thing for the industry. Vinyl sales are up, cassette sales are up. Like that's always going to be a great thing. But what I'm saying is like advocating for even higher streaming rates and everything. I'm just like, we've already decided that a song is not worth anything. So let's figure out what to do with the eyeballs and the ears that are listening to your free song. Like, that's what you have to think. It's like, how can I build this? If they like my art, what other parts of my life will they like? How can I spin this in a way that like provides partnerships and brand deals and longevity and, you know, a career? Because it doesn't look like I play guitar in a cool rock band and I get to drive a Rolls Royce anymore. It's just not that way anymore. It used to be, and that was cool.
And he drove a Rolls Royce, everybody. That rock band got Alex his Rolls Royce.
And then I lost it all.
Yeah. Well, I think you made a good point there that we should dive into: artist to influencer. But then I would say there's one more: artist to influencer to entrepreneur.
Yes. Yeah.
And a note that's interesting too is because I know this premise of the music isn't worth anything. From one standpoint, that is absolutely true. But from another standpoint, Joey and I built our whole career off making the music streaming profitable.
I know.
So there is a lane that you can do this, guys. Yes. But like Alex said, you got to be savvy. You got to be a Swiss Army knife. Yeah. And you can see in Alex's career, he was a Swiss Army knife. And because of that, it opened up opportunities. If you knew all the different stuff that Joey and I had to do and like learn to get the catalogs to grow and actually generate revenue, there's huge opportunities, but you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Before you head out, if that session gave you just one good idea, imagine what'll happen when you're actually in the room with us every week. That's what the Anthem Network is all about. Artists connecting, getting real-time feedback, and taking action together. You can join right now with a 7-day free trial and be part of the next live call for free. Don't just watch other artists grow with them. Click the link in the description and we'll see you on the next call.